Gardocki himself. Are they in the house? Come on down. It's like a game show out here. Yes, please give them a big round of applause. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much for adorning this festival with that amazing piece of art. Please introduce yourself for our audience.
Hi everyone, my name is Jessica Moncrief. Soda couldn't make it today. He said something about a dog parade. I don't know.
Dog parade.
Yeah, so typical Soda Gardocki.
This was a time machine with a dark and sexy twist. We were going through all the emotions through that, 3.5 minute epic. The biggest praise that I want to give you today is that you've won 3 awards at this festival. You get the Grand Jury Award for Best Music Video, the Filmmakers Award for Outstanding Direction, and the Filmmakers Award for Outstanding Cast Performance. That deserves another round of applause. Please give Jessica. Yes, this is the announcement. Congratulations to that. I want to talk about the roots of your own art. You actually come from a rock photography background.
Yes.
When you look up your art, that's one of the first things you see. So what came first, the chicken or the egg? Were you what was the journey through being a rock and roll photographer and or a rock videographer?
Well, I started making music videos about 3 years ago, and I actually got my start with music photography as a journalist. So,
Fantastic.
Yeah, just kind of like fanzine type stuff. I always called myself a punk rock philanthropist because I was making money at it. But it was fun to support the community and to be part of it, even though I don't have a musical bone in my body. So
we actually overlap more than you know. My name's Jess Paul, which is a pun on the famous guitar. So I'm a big rock fan that doesn't know how to play any instruments, can barely rock karaoke, but I'm a huge fan. So as a journalist, did you start as a big rock fan, or did you just find it was around you?
I wanted to go to shows, but I couldn't really afford it. So
what a way to get in!
Yeah, so I actually started just by shooting shows so that I can go. I got my first camera, and I had submitted an article to Big Well magazine, and they liked it and put me on, and I became an editing manager at Big Well magazine, and did that for a while, and after that dissolved, I went on with another website called Janky Smooth. And so, I think there's only so much you can do with photography before you start getting a little bit bored, and I just wanted to expand and, expand my mind, and the next step was definitely video. So actually Soda Gardocki is one of my friends, and I love his music. So basically, when I first got my Blackmagic camera, I wanted to practice with it, and so my friend Vanessa, she's also friends with Soda for years, and so we were just thinking what song can we use that they'll let us use it if we wanted to put the art film into something. So we thought, well, Soda will let us. So she came over to my house. We built the set in my studio at my home, and we just played around with it. And I had this concept for her burning up the room and being kind of like an old New Orleans style. So
That's right.
It was the very first thing that I ever shot on my Blackmagic. And so Soda didn't know that we had actually shot it. We showed it.
What do you mean? Oh, so his part of it was later on?
Yeah,
okay.
I was like, look at what we made, Soda. And he said, well, don't you think maybe I would want to be in it?
Yeah.
Because the song is actually one of his classics.
Okay.
So I said, sure. So I invited him over to my house, and I set up the room again, and he filmed his stuff on a different day. And then Soda is pretty legendary, and the only other person that's ever done a music video for him is Spike Jonze. And
starting off strong.
Yeah, well, I mean, for me, it was some big shoes, and I didn't feel confident about it. Like I actually shot that almost 4 years ago. And so like I
on the
didn't,
back burner.
yeah, I didn't really know how to edit that well yet. So like finally when I learned editing, I put it together and entered it into a bunch of competitions, and it's done fairly well. So.
It sounds like it, as we know here. You know, a lot of the filmmakers in the audience will know that it's a challenge in itself. It's an education to learn how to work with actors. Because this is obviously not your only music videos, I've watched many of them. And you not only are you working with various personalities, but various styles of music. And what is it like going from one musician to the other and finding that overlap where you can, ask what they want, express what you want from the music video? What's that conversation like in that process?
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with understanding the artist's personality. Like with Soda, he didn't have anything to do with making it. I came up with this concept in my mind and roped Vanessa into my BS because I always do. She's always down. But like just kind of knowing their personalities. So like with him, I knew he was like heavy New Orleans style, kind of like vagabond, like, and in the entertainment industry. And she's like, like the queen of Hollywood, she's an amazing burlesque dancer. And so I came up with this concept, but it varies from artist to artist because it's not like my ego is in it. Like I want to help the artists that I work with to express themselves. So I will I don't just go into it. Like if someone hits me up, I'm like, well, let's hang out. Let's go have some drinks.
Being selective.
Let's party together a little bit. I want to learn about you. Like I want to know about the song. What were you thinking about when you wrote it? And then I'll listen to it like in the shower, the lights off, and like kind of just get the visualization for it. And I really like working with different styles because then I don't get bored.
Right. Yeah. I'm going to ask one more question before I turn it over to the audience. So everybody start thinking about your questions. Something that you would like to ask an incredibly talented music video artist. So I wanted to talk about the safety in rock and roll. Is there any such thing? I mean, you literally set ablaze some feathers. What kind of precautions did you take, if any, or is that just rock and roll?
Well, I mean, thankfully I'm independent, so, and my friends are pretty punk rock, so like, I've shot music videos where they brought real guns on set, or real like switchblade knives, and I'm like, damn, dude, like, I'm not always gonna be able to do this. At some point there's gonna be accountability, but we did have like a little glass of water there in case anything got crazy.
We always have a backup glass of water for the fire on the set. That's fantastic. I'm going to turn it over to the audience. If anybody has any questions, go ahead and raise your hand and we will point you out. There, go ahead, Christian.
Coming from photography to videography, what was your biggest challenge of making that switch over?
So for me, lighting is different. People say, well, you're a photographer, you would understand lighting for film, but I think with photography you need a lot more light than you do. You can make adjustments in post that you just can't do with video. With this film, I lit it completely, almost all with candlelight, and did the set design, all those things. But I think lighting has been one of the biggest things that I've learned since with the crossover. That was a challenge. But other than that, because I shoot live concerts a lot and things I'm really good at capturing things as they're happening and very candid. So
that's true. When you're filming on stage, they basically came with their own baked-in light show. You guys have to go and check out Jessica Moncrief photography, because the one shot that I'm remembering is Billy Corgan just bathed in green lights, on stage, and to capture that so cinematically is looking at that stage in a whole new light. So congratulations with that. You've probably traveled all over the country, have you?
Yeah. I've been last year and part of this year. I was on the East Coast. I was in New York City. I was doing gospel hymns on the battlefields of DC, and then like the next day I was in New York City at a dungeon, a world famous like S&M dungeon, and then the next day I'm in Philadelphia doing like a rap video. So,
oh my God, what a life, especially for a music fan. Just to go back to your roots, if you can remember, because I get this question often as a rock fan as well, like to this date, what was one of your personal favorite shows that you got to witness, be it one of your favorite artists or just one of the best put together shows?
Oh wow, that's a tough one.
I know you've got so many to pick from. Go ahead and pick your favorite child.
Okay, well, I would say when I got to see Erykah Badu, and I wasn't like shooting it, but she had guest listed me, I randomly met her. And this was almost a year to the date that I had taken a picture that I really loved of her.
I remember that one too. Portfolio.
Yeah, and so I had like on my altar and my little niece, and I would tell her salute the divinity, and she would touch her little third eye, and then touch Erykah Badu's picture, and we had like a little altar to Erykah Badu. And it was like the weekend before the show at the Queen Mary, and I was doing like a spec ad for this Ayurvedic place, and she just walked in, and like it was like a fairy tale, and she ended up guest listing me. So I didn't shoot at that one, but like I got to just really enjoy her show without working.
Yeah.
And then
take your
I ended up running into her again after.
Oh, that sounds
randomly.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was parked in the middle of the street, and I was like walking back to my car. So yeah, that
sounds kind of fateful. It seems like you have some kind of cosmic connection to Erykah Badu.
I totally feel that.
Guys, give it up for Jessica, please, in this fantastic music video. Thank you so much, Jessica, for giving us this music video to watch. I appreciate it.
Research.
Absolutely, it was my pleasure. Can I please have the filmmakers, as you give them a round of applause for the Black Bart of Taco King number 17. Please be here and please come down. Oh, heartbreak. I had so many questions. That's okay, because we're gonna get to talk to the filmmakers of Chicken Salad, I hope. Come on down, please. No? Chicken Salad? Jessica, you want to talk for another 20 minutes? Well, that's all I had, guys. I guess we're getting out early. Enjoy the rest of the festival. We got a couple more blocks in this room. Christian will be giving us our fantastic Q&As later on. Go get some pictures, go get some drinks, go talk to other filmmakers of stuff you've seen. Maybe go like sneak into the back of one. No, don't. I'm not. Don't tell them I told you that. But have a good day, guys. Please stick around.